It's the Slayer's takeaway.
That's true.
When last we left off, Rhiannon's been having increasingly more frequent visions of initially a conflict between a group of Goliath female warriors with one who looked uncannily like herself. And then later, further visions of what she is surmised to be her mother's herd trudging through an Arctic-styled wasteland, through some very careful usage of spells and interaction with some of her colleagues within the tape. Rhiannon was able to determine that the herd of Kalkatha, her mother is a part of. Right.
It's on her sheet.
Where is it?
I was sure.
Well, if it wasn't the right spelling before, it is now. That the Goliath herd of Kalkatha appear to be wandering in the northern wastes, known as the Netherfields, north of Lirangor. So, the group of you are assembled in the Takes Guild Hall. Shortly after Lyricel has finished arranging the binding and gagging of all the recently acquired prisoners.
It was very cathartic. She feels much better now.
I'm sure she does.
She's got that stress retention now.
She
To
worked
do
it out.
BDSM right, attention needs to be applied. So, the group of you are in the Take Guild Hall. What would you like to do?
We need
Well, perhaps more information is necessary.
We're assuming that we're not just going to be able to bamf into the middle of the wastes. We have to find the circle.
Well, to be fair,
Well, I
Darwin-
mean,
teleportation
Darwin has
technically
Yeah.
Element of teleportation.
Yeah, but I've never been there, so maybe we at least need to scry.
That would
Damn
be
it,
a
I
better
wanted to
idea.
roll a D100.
I thought it was
Oh,
restricted.
y'all, this
to,
is
like,
also the first time in a long time Nessa doesn't have an Ioun stone around her head. Yay!
Nice.
I feel like something is different, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Nothing, just orbiting.
I've got this mental image of like Lyricel and Nessa kind of sort of looking at each other, and Nessa's just like with her eyes just like pointing up towards her hat.
Did you change a hat?
Look, with a perception of 8, look, I'm not saying much. I just, did you get a haircut? Or, like,
No.
something's just different. Are you wearing makeup today?
No, that would be very unneeded. But, she'll reach into her pocket and hold out the Ioun stone. I will not be needing this anymore.
Oh.
Would anyone potentially be of interest in some help from Ioun?
Well, I have the headband, so I'm okay.
I could use it as a backup teacher if you're sure you don't need it.
Would Darwin be able to use it?
I'm maxed out on attunement slots at the moment, but other than that, yeah, my intelligence is an 18.
Oh. Well, certainly. And she'll hand it over to Darwin.
Thank you, teacher.
course.
Wow,
So
Nell.
next feed
Wow.
is gonna
No
be
idea.
Maybe Nell
that
needs
extra
it.
attunement slot.
This is Nail starts drooling.
Do you want this, Neil Sue?
No, give it to somebody else because I mean I'm a fighter.
Nell's like,
it
"I don't
does
need
not
guns.
react to
I'm ready."
it is a never mind.
You have to attune to it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck that.
Just immediate a bit of like a bit of anger at that.
I'm here to help people survive.
Insulted immediately. As if some of us are
I
not.
will. At some point, I'm going to unattune the luck stone and attune to the Ioun stone, but I don't really feel like fucking with my character sheet right now, so I will do that later.
Okay.
Yeah, genius crew.
So, this is your show.
Don't necessarily to do some research. We already tried to research, failed miserably. So
You're
sure.
you're gonna need to be loud because you're too far away and it kind of cuts you out every so often. And echoes.
So I was just.
Yeah.
I had thought that you said you wanted to do more research, Ness, because I already tried researching earlier and I didn't get shit.
Leave it to me.
What are we researching?
Okay, genius crew. Let's bust out the Sherlockian investigation,
Yes, please.
Snow. It's cold. It was a long fucking.
and it's north of Luring.
Ugh.
Wow.
Darwin.
Wow.
Wow. Not today.
Wow.
What do we say to the impossibly AC'd asshole? Not today.
Rolled a 3. Rolled a
And you
3.
still topped out at 18.
I mean, I could use a luck point and re-roll that shit. If we need anything
I
better.
haven't told you whether it succeeded or failed yet.
This is true.
Up to you.
I feel like that's just kind of sad for Nessa, so yeah, let's... Oh, shit! Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
So close.
Wow.
Go for it.
Well, we skipped right past 2 at least. 1, 3, 4. Get out all the shitty rolls right now. Oh yeah, because Nail rolled the 2. That was it. It was out of order. 2, 1, 3, 4.
All right. Lyricel, would you
Yes.
also please make just a straight intelligence check for me?
Okay.
Come from wrong, yeah?
Oof. 21.
No.
Give me
What's
back that Ioun stone. I just need to do nothing, but oh my god.
Hang on.
It's
doesn't
clearly
the
the luck turn.
Doesn't the Ioun stone just increase your intelligence by 1
2.
2.
or by 2? Your maximum is now 20.
But it can't bring it.
available
It
is
can't bring it
22.
over 20. The stone
Ah.
can't bring it over 20.
Dang it.
I know. I know.
Because yeah, for a minute there, I was just like, your maximum is increased. Why did you just kick the stone on?
Because he can't use it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, though. So, as Nessa is going through her notes, Lyricel, you specifically a few comments that are tucked out at your attention, and you remember rumors from your hometown of wandering nomads in the northern wastes near Lirangorn and you're fairly sure that if you guys went to Lurengorn, you'd probably be able to pick up a trail there.
We could see Mum. Oh, maybe I don't want to see Mum. Maybe I should see Mum. And just not say anything about brother.
Or the dad.
Or the dad.
Maybe just not see the mother right now.
Nessa just pulls down the
we-
brim of her hat with a mage hand.
Can we at least like make sure that she's okay?
That
can
may
do
be a
this.
good idea.
And then we just everything will be fine and we'll be like, it's all good, nothing's happened, it's not like dad is evil now and brother is kidnapped and possibly in hell with Tiamat. We just won't tell her that bit.
Well, how do you know that Reed's mom and Ray's mom are not just drinking a cup of tea right now?
Well, that is true. Unlikely. But
Like, so how's your daughter doing? How's your daughter doing?
Is that how that works?
Do you know what, Nail? For that, I'll take a point of inspiration for that one, Nail. That was good.
Sweet.
so yeah, if
Like,
we're
is that what parents do when they're still alive?
Has she found a good
Holy
husband
shit!
yet?
When they're still alive.
A whole lot of holy shit right there.
Dominic's ears are burning.
Do we have a way to get to Lurengorn, or we like old school hoofing it?
Is there a teleportation circle there?
Would we know it?
Would
if
any
that
of us know it?
Ray
I
might.
mean, yeah, I mean, I might if like the temple had one or something.
For the sake of expediency, we'll say that there is a circle, like sort of like a communal teleportation circle in the center of Lurengorn. And
Cool.
Ray would have learned the runes for it as part of her training with the Moonweaver.
Sounds good. She will share the rune sequence with everyone.
Huzzah!
So we're going to Lurengorn and then going north? Is that what we're doing?
That seems to be the first.
What was the result of the investigation
Yeah.
checks? Did we...
You found largely the same information that Nick and Rhiannon had discovered previously, that there is uncorroborated stories and indications of some sort of tribe of nomads like in the Neverfields north of Lurengorn.
Does anyone know where these Neverfields are?
Yes.
Do I know where these Neverfields are?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's like it's very much like butted up right near the base of the mountains that Lurengorn is located in. Sort of like a here be dragons kind of story that mothers in Lurengorn tell their children.
So it's this really terrible place, and it's pretty dangerous, and I used to have nightmares about it when I was a kid. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
Sounds like home.
Do we need to get anything? We should probably get anything before we...
Well, I mean, I'm fine to go as I am, but from memories of my childhood, it's fucking cold there. You guys might need some cold weather gear.
I've got a cloak.
Yes, I have been on enough hunts in the cold.
Yeah, I'm good.
Same. I can probably pick up something from Mum.
Hi, Mom. Just stopping in to pick up my cold weather gear. Don't mind me. Oh, by the way, Dad's dead and Ludovon's in hell. Bye.
Bye.
Mom, thank you for the hot chocolate.
You know the only thing hotter than this hot chocolate? Hell, bye!
Oh, dear. Well,
The hot chocolate was cold. Heads will roll for this.
If there's enough time to
Ray
prepare,
will pick up a hunt bag.
Yeah, Ray's got another one, and the 6-person tent.
Yeah.
Rhiannon, if there's enough
And
time
the
to
extra
prepare,
bag of
perhaps
diamond dust.
if you have a good enough description, I may be able to locate, or at least attempt to locate your mother. Once we are closer, of course, but...
I mean, I think she looks just like me. We're very close in it.
You're cutting out again.
But she just looks like me. I mean, we're pretty close in appearance. Except she's a bit scarier.
That is a start.
Wee but scarier.
Appearance, name, anything else you can give, but that can wait a bit until we are closer. The spell range is not as long as I would wish it to be. Unless we also wish to scry. Though you would be best to do that, since you have first-hand knowledge.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
She's suggesting that you use the scrying crystal ball since you have first-hand knowledge of your mother. If you wanted to do that.
I could do this. I will let you do the scrying all.
What?
So it's going to take an hour though.
It's going to take an hour to... I mean, is there a time crunch on this?
Not really.
Well, perhaps while we gather
Urgent, but
our gear and prepare.
Yeah. That sounds like a plan.
Hey, Darvin. There's
Yes.
9 bottles of an unknown liquid that smells like wine tainted with blood in the quartermaster's vault. Do you want to just, identify
Pardon?
those?
Is there a particular reason I was not told about this ahead of time?
Is that something left over from Jeff?
I have no idea.
What?
But now I want to know what it is.
What? Wait,
It's just wine with some blood in it.
Blood wine. Okay, it's Klingon blood wine. Got it. Okay.
I have a feeling it was supposed to be like vampire's wine. Did we do a mission with vampires at one point?
I don't remember that.
The only vampire we fought was that weird monk vampire, John Coffey.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Maybe it was that.
Michael
I
Clark
do remember,
Duncan.
I just don't remember it real well. It's probably off by now anyway.
Oh, do we have...
Probably.
The wine with blood in it is probably now spoiled. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's
It's the blood's coagulated. It's a little bit lumpy.
Do we have any ruby dust in the quartermaster's vault? Ruby dust.
I think we had rubies. I'm sure we could make dust.
I mean, realistically, if you're looking for ruby dust as a spell component, Nessa, acquiring it is not much of a challenge.
Okay, good. I need myself 1,500 gold worth of ruby dust.
Oof, because I was going to say there's 1,000 gold star ruby in it.
That's probably best used for something else, potentially. That's something that needs to be a full ruby. I just need dust.
So 1,500 gold? What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you've basically cleaned out the jewelers in Imon and Westrun.
and destroyed it. Oh no, sorry. I won't tell them that I break it down into dust. Okay, I'll take that out of my...
I mean, between that and Dominic going hunting for onyx gems recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we need to like extend out to Wild Mountain stuff for our shopping excursions. Spread the wealth around the world a little bit rather than just one continent.
Well, we might need to go to Wildmount to try and pick up where Luvon's trail was, because we're just kind of assuming that he's in hell, but we don't actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's bleeding now.
Yeah. One
Aside
sec,
from the
guys.
fact that I guess the Everlight specifically said it, maybe?
She
When
said
did all this happen?
the monk was in
Monk, right.
in hell. Yeah, but we don't actually know where her brother is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this happened in the GITMO chat.
Oh, I know. Freddy's
Gizmo.
very lost right now. He's been making potions this whole entire time, and he has no idea that we now have a cell. Except for grief.
No, it was originally like the initiate cells that we had, which were like small bedrooms.
No, because this is the
This is the
cloud
castle, so something.
castle. This is new.
Yeah, they have a
They
dungeon.
just-
But
There's
it
a
was
dungeon
something
there.
that I had on the map in the lower level, was that there were these initiate cells, which were like 2 meter by 2 meter rooms, where initiates could sleep and keep their stuff before they became members.
Sure, we can say it's that.
Okay. So, Rhiannon, do you want to actually scry?
Yes.
Okay. So,
ZBO.
okay. Quickly.
I think it's intelligence.
I think it's a wisdom save, actually.
Wisdom.
But it's the person the target must make a wisdom saving.
I know. You know,
Do I know the well though?
that's what I'm saying. I think I'll
You've
think I'll say
been
this is
inside the target, so...
No, but not since she was 5. Okay, so 0. So I know their likeness.
Yeah, I mean,
8.
you know her. We will be back momentarily.
So we now have cells?
Yeah, there's some guys like bound and gagged in there. They're kind of assholes.
Well,
Nessa will
what?
explain
What?
more specifically what happened. Explain how you know there was a group of people led by Lyrasel's father that jumped into the take via the teleportation circle and started a fight. And so we had to take care of them.
That was not smart of them.
No, it was not. But it was not smart for somebody to give them the password to the teleport and the sigil to the teleportation circle. And the password for all of the what was it? What's that?
Guards and wards.
Guards and wards spell for the take.
Mistakes are made. We'll just correct them and move on.
Yes.
Jokes were made.
Yeah. But yes, that is why we have some prisoners and some that did not make it. But given the fact that apparently the Hells are involved, and including Tiamat, I would rather them not disappear, even though apparently one already has.
Ooh. Well, sounds like you guys had a busy few days. Day.
Yes.
time period.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Was it?
You and I think
is
of
that
fun.
the word you want to use
yeah,
right now? Fun.
very-
Fun.
Yeah. Was it not fun for anybody else who was there?
I mean, look, Darwin. I appreciate the thought, but maybe next time don't leave the dismembered head of my father outside my door.
You did what?
What the?
I thought you would appreciate that. He seemed like a dick.
I mean, he was definitely a dick, but it's very complicated, and just please don't do that in the future.
Sure, I apologize. I meant no disrespect. By way of apology, free week at Vox Voluptatum on me.
Nessa face palms so hard.
I am
Perhaps you
facepalming
should
so
have tuned.
hard.
Perhaps you should have tuned for that Iron Stone now, Darvin.
I feel like you need it.
I mean, you guys have had an hour while
Darvin,
flying orb, so
what if you had tuned that stone to your other mind? What would happen then?
Pardon?
The smartest wang in all the land.
The hell?
That is not the magic wand you want. That is not the magic wand you want.
Roll 4d6 for the intelligence of your wang.
Fuck.
You guys are insane.
God damn it.
So, any luck there, Ree?
I'm just waiting for her to come back from the bathroom.
God damn it.
What the hell are you on?
I don't know about them, but lot of sugar and caffeine for me.
I'm just me.
Yep.
And done.
You are definitely something, that's for sure.
He is the possessor of the smartest wang in all the land.
I'm just imagining like this.
Does that mean the Iron Stone has to orbit that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just imagine like there's this little wizard hat for it now and everything with a little iron stone going.
No, please, no. No.
Moving on.
That's canon now.
That is not a transcending thing that Ness ever wants to be a part of.
See, now I'm just imagining this is like an advertising campaign for Darwin's establishment, where it's just like a billboard of him
It
like
is.
lying on the couch with nothing on but a wizard's hat over his groin, with the Iron Stone orbiting it.
Just a neon sign. God damn it,
I'm not.
Nail!
I'm not a genius, but I did stay at Vox Voluptatum last night.
There you go. I don't know if Katsuko would go for that particular one, Nail, unless she thought it was really funny.
No,
But there are plenty of people and artists and clients that
it's
will
true.
absolutely
There'll
do
be
that for it.
many, many others.
Okay. So, Rhiannon, as you kind of concentrate and stare into the crystal ball, the clouding inside just continues unabated for a moment, and then slowly clears to reveal a an encampment of some kind, set in some kind of ruins. There is stonework visible, but it's mostly half buried in snow. And what buildings were there have obviously fallen to ruin centuries ago. But you can see that within the generally gridded structure of the layout is there are tents and sort of cooking areas established for the encampment that's set up spot. And you see a figure sort of coming out of one of the larger tents and sort of stops in front of it and starts looking around, and your vision kind of zooms in. And you get a view of your mother, Voria. And she's, much as the last vision you had of her was, she's heavily muscled, scarred, has obviously led a life of combat and warfare, as is common amongst the Goliath herds, particularly in the Neverfields, where there are many sort of rather aggressive beasts to deal with. It's a very live or die kind of lifestyle. But she's not really talking to anybody much, and she kind of moves between members of the encampment, sort of exchanging nods with various warrior women here and there. That is a point you do notice, is that there is very consistently the warriors of the group are female, but everybody is armed. It seems to be a particular cultural thing within this herd that, generally speaking, the women often rise to become the warriors, while men establish and develop community.
It's a ruin.
Correct.
She will describe everything to the rest of them and ask Lyra if she knows of any ruins north of Larangon.
Do I know of any ruins north of Larangon?
Give me one moment to generate one. So, the specific mention of ruins tips your attention, Lyricel, and you remember an ancient elven city to the north of Larangon, where some of the earliest settlers that founded the city originally came from, after initially establishing an elven city and then determining the climate too harsh. So, and moved slightly south towards the mountain. And it is the ruined city of Milhe Serene. Which,
Bless you. Can you put the spelling of that in the chat?
Yeah.
well, or young.
Okay.
Ignore that. I'm just messing with my character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Don't use up the good rolls. We need those.
Yeah.
Soft elves.
He's investigating milliners to make the tiny hat.
I mean, to be fair, you cannot. You don't have to tell Dom what it's for, but he does have the fabricate.
Just provide the measurements.
As you mentioned him, Donald comes down the stairs from earlier with the tray of tea implements and said, "Sorry, did someone say my name?"
Darwin has a request.
Dom, I could use a small wizard's that would fit maybe just on top of this stone.
All right. So,
You might need a little bit of elastic to help it stay on. Like,
well,
Something to secure it.
yes, I could tell you,
To what?
spirit gum.
so like a chin strap, you know.
Just permanently.
Yeah, like a chin strap.
Wow.
Sure, that shouldn't take me long. I'm gonna let me put this in the kit, and then I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, buddy.
Wow.
So, for the sake of expediency, as this is
Dalvin gets his dick hat.
That was a quality noise.
Oh, maybe you could enchant it with protection from good and evil.
Aha. Now that's an idea.
Wow.
Okay, so Ray will share with the group what she knows about Miller Serene. And I guess how long she thinks it would take to get there from what she knows, although
So, not having specifically traveled into the area north of Liverengorn, you're not exactly sure, but you've got a general idea that it's somewhere in the vicinity of 3 to 4 days travel north by northwest.
Alright, cool. So it shouldn't take us too long to get there. It's gonna be pretty cold, and that place is normally full of really bitey creatures. So should probably be prepared for that.
That, I believe, is the part that we are most prepared for normally.
Yeah.
Alright, well. Do we have everything we need?
I believe so.
Thanks for good information. Fuck it, if we haven't got it by now, we don't need it.
Yep.
Damn right.
Let's go!
Tally ho!
First.
Lyra gone, yep. Because that's the
Alright, yep.
teleportation sigil we know.
Alrighty. We'll go there.
So Ray will skip to the portal and pop out of existence and back into existence in Larangon.
Okay.
I'm definitely feeling better after we got some stress out this morning.
I just really like tying things up
Mm.
and then having my way with them.
No
I
comment.
have a feeling that if Karun was in the same room, that'd be a side-eye comment right there.
No comment.
I mean, if you want to do some research, Bonnie, I think Ez and I have a couple of books kicking around.
You're assuming I need research.
Yeah, fair enough.
Expertise!
Yeah. So, one by one, you step into the circle and find yourself transported to Lyrangor, home of Lyricel, and overall a fucking freezing location. So,
Glad for the
That
cold
is
weather gear.
yeah.
Larangon's actually warm.
So,
It's just it's in a cold forest.
Oh, right.
But the canopy gives it a tropical.
Oh, yeah. I
Temperature.
forgot about that. Yep.
Yeah, because the forest is so thick.
As a
So-
quick note, I did switch from the Stone of Good Luck to the Iron Stone.
okie dokie.
Oh.
No more +1 for you.
There's a joke there, I'm sure of it. So, you have arrived in Lyrangorn. What would you guys like to do now?
So this is where I grew up, and over there is where I used to play with the other kids, and over there is where I tied my brother to that post and left him for a day, and over there is like
Blink, blink, blink. Takes out a handkerchief, wipes, like removes spectacles, wipes them off, pinches them back on, puts away a handkerchief.
Yeah, Mum wasn't very
Did
happy.
what?
She was pretty cranky. Yeah. She didn't give me any hot cocoa that night. It's pretty sad.
Why did
as
you?
a side note, Ray, I may have a job for you.
Oh. What? What?
You could get paid to do that.
We can, yeah, exactly. We could use someone of your skills at the business.
Oh. I would be like super happy to do that and help people and like run classes and teach people. I'd oversee it.
No, that's a thing. My bandmate does that. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Wait.
a thing in game now too.
Hey.
Every good D&D can need some BDSM.
Oh,
Beat down some monsters. Got it.
Moving on.
So did you
So,
want
yeah.
to see your mom? Or at
Yeah,
least
let's do that.
drive
let's,
by
like-
and make sure she's alive?
Drive by real slow. Wind down the window to look out.
You know, fuck as fuck.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'd like to just, you know, with everything with my dad and my brother, I'd just like to make sure that, you know, she's okay. So
Are we gonna
Yeah.
tell her about your dad and your brother?
no, we are not going to tell her anything. As far as she knows, Dad's still an asshole, but he's a righteous asshole, and my brother is perfectly safe doing his cleric duties or whatever it is that the Bahamut makes him do.
And
Yep.
alive.
And alive and breathing. They're both alive and breathing. And you know what? Let's just not talk about it. If it comes up, let's just like change the subject.
Very well. Pinches Bridget's nose again.
As you were kind of
Did I
sort of
mention-
Deception check.
nothingness, Lyra
Oh
Cell,
god. Yeah.
you hear a familiar voice from nearby. It says, Lyra Cell, is that you?
Hmm?
Is that Mummy, dearest?
Oh yeah.
Mummy!
Ah.
She like runs over and hugs her.
Not knowing how to handle this, Nestle just like bow like respectfully.
We were just like talking about you and how awesome you are and like how amazing you are and how our family is like all alive and well and completely healthy and like nothing bad ever happens. And it's
She
all
said
good.
she would never. She said she would never keep any secrets from you. Everything straight out, all honesty.
Oh, wow!
And I was just offering her a job at my brothel.
Oh boy!
Nessa's
Oh,
gonna pull out
boy.
a book and just cover her face. Open the book.
Thumbs up, thumbs
Not
up going
here.
on between. Thumbs up between Darvin and Nelsie. They're playing each other. Yeah.
So the rest of you,
The bright future Ray has in the brothel.
I figured she'd be the manager.
group of you see an older elven woman with very quite very obviously elven due to the prominence of her pointing ears. With sorry, I'm having to quickly double check reference material as I go through the description. With long jet black hair, the same as Lyracel's. And the two of them standing side by side, you can very clearly see the family resemblance. And overall, generally just a mature elven woman. And it's, not beyond her beauty, but just worn down through life in the general way that women who are mothers of mischief-making twins generally tend to be.
Feeling cold out there?
Lyra, so you see your mother.
Well, she's clearly super excited.
One arm. You've obviously just come from the market.
Oh, let me carry that for you. And so how have you been? How are things here? Is everything the same? There haven't been any creepy people hanging around or anything sus going?
I've been, life has been the same as it always is here. I look after things at home and make sure that our home is kept safe and maintained while your father does his thing in with the order, and now Luvon is off with the order as well. And I hear last I heard from you, you were doing quite well. You were operating with some sort of monster hunter guild.
Yeah. So we go out and we hunt monsters and save people, and nothing ever goes wrong, and we're all fine all the time, and it's really safe.
Freddie looks confused in the back. None of that is true.
But yeah. Oh, this is my best one. It could be worse.
Oh, wow.
All right. Well, it sounds like you've affiliated yourself with a reliable and strong companion. Are you going to introduce me?
Yeah. I was gonna say, Reese is looming behind Lyra with 6 foot height, muscled the paw.
So these are my friends. So this is Ree, and she's really big, and apparently that's because she's half Goliath or something, and she's my bestest friend in the whole wide world. And this is Darvin, and he's pretty cool. He's pretty smart. He's also kind of dumb, but he's pretty smart.
The slight snort behind the book.
And this is Nessa. She's super, super, super smart. The smartest person I know. And this is Freddie, and he's really cool and really strong. And so this is some of the people. Oh, and this is Nailsu as well. And he's really into fire and shit, and he's really good in a fight. And yeah.
Well, so what have I told you about your language?
That it's bad.
Yes. Repeatedly.
I step up to shake her hand and say, "Hello, madam. My name is Darvin. I'm sure that Ray has gotten all her amazing bondage skills from you."
Oh my god!
Almost drops the book. Grabs it with a mage hand.
I swear to God, dog, you slip her a business card.
Eventually, like moves the book back into her actual hand, has the mage hand go over and try to pull Darwin away by the ear.
Ow! What did I say?
So, Darwin, you're having this weird experience of having your ear tugged by Nessa's mage hand while you're also still holding onto Kazana's hand with both of yours. And she just kind of sort of like leans in close and says, "Young man, I'm 450 years old. You have no idea." And then let your hand go, and you're like held back by Nessa's mage hand.
Yes, Mom, yes.
Who's the dumb one now?
Well, are you going to be coming to stay, or at least have tea or something before you head off? I assume that your group here is heading off to hunt something. It's lovely to meet you all.
We're actually looking for Rhee's mother. So that's where we're going.
Not to hunt her. Not to hunt her.
Not to hunt her. No, like to meet up with her and stuff.
Because I was exiled as a kid.
I did think you looked a little. Forgive me for saying. I did think you looked a little bit small for an example of your race. But
that's
of course, mixed blood. That would definitely explain it. Yes. Oh, he's passed away. I'm sorry to hear that.
My brother took care of that.
Don't be.
So,
look, family histories are complicated. I understand. Laracel's father is not the easiest man to get along with either.
This is hiding her face again.
I can understand what you're trying to tell me.
I feel that he's gotten, Dad's gotten much easier to get along with after recent events.
Yeah, you just have to find the right way to handle him.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you and Maximus have been in communication and maybe have sort of patched things up. I know you and your father have not been on the best of terms since he took Lubon to the Order.
Yes.
That whole situation has come to a resolution.
It has been concluded, one might say.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know, what do people want to do? Do we have to move straight away, or what's the plan?
I feel like we could stop in for a bit when we're done.
Yeah, I like
the Rolling
that,
Stone gathers no moss. On we go.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So we might stop by on the way back. But yeah, I love you, and I'm glad you're doing well. And if anything strange or untoward happens at all, let me know straight away. Yeah, I should have brought a ring of sending. Oh. Well, just let me know straight away. And yeah.
All right. I'll keep an eye out for anything. I don't expect anything will,
Mommy.
but.
Well, no, I don't think anything will happen. It's just, just in case, because it's a crazy world out there and crazy stuff happens.
You never know who'll show up at your door.
That's exactly right. Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
This has the biggest front.
You can, Laracel, you've had plenty of experience attempting to lie to your mother and trying to obfuscate what it is you're talking about or referring to. And even as you kind of babbling away, you can tell she's not fooled for an instant, but she's going along with you.
Cool. So I might actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I might pick up some sending stones and like give you one, and then I'll have the other one. So if anything happens, you can just like call me on the sending stone, and then I can just teleport here, and yeah.
It'd be lovely. I mean, yes, it'd be lovely to be able to hear from you with regularity like that.
Yeah, I think so. So I'll organize that. Yep.
Excellent. All right. Well, good luck. Where are you heading for? You said you're looking for your mother's herd.
Into the
Oh, you're heading up into the mountains, into the north. Well,
Yeah,
I hope you're all wearing warm underwear, because I guarantee moving up into that area, you're absolutely going to need it.
I don't often wear underwear, but I'll be warm.
More information than I needed, young man.
I think we were talking about a hat though.
And now your mother's kind of got like this odd, like quizzical look as she said, "A hat."
Nessa's just
You know what?
leaving
I don't want to
bright
know.
red, hiding behind her hat.
I don't want to know. I'm going to go
Freddie
home.
follows Nessa.
It was
I
nice
have-
to meet you.
And
Just
so,
stand
with
outside.
that embarrassing encounter out of the way, you can move forward.
Larry just gives her another hug and then skips away with the rest of the group.
I thought I was going to hyperventilate.
In real life or in game.
Both. This Nessa suddenly needs an asthma inhaler.
The Gus cantrip.
I do have.
Just straight
So-
down your throat.
Do you guys think
Okay.
that maybe now that we're here, we should like get a map or something, and use that? Or
Sure.
we just
I have that
Yeah.
map that I found in the library. Is that like a close map, or is it
So it's
a thumb?
the map you found in the library. So can everybody see the level that I've zoomed in?
Probably.
no.
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 Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I'm zoomed in pretty much to the maximum
Oh,
Okay.
then I'll do that.
on that
Okay.
particular spot,
Okay.
and that's roughly the scale of the map that Rhiannon has in her possession from the library. It's like in
It's a broad map, not.
It's a broad map, but in the southern areas here, it's actually superbly detailed. But just north of Lirangorn is all just kind of blank. Just kind of like here be monsters.
And maybe we should try and find a slightly more detailed map than this one. But I mean, it may not exist.
I mean, yeah, it's probably worth checking though. Would Ray
Sure.
have any idea where to find a map in Larangorn?
Well, I mean, the market swing. You can realistically just ask around at the various stalls, see if anybody happens to have a map that's suitable.
Let's do that.
Cool. Let's do that.
In investigation or
Yes.
Ooh. I
invest?
can help. If you point me in the right
Hello,
direction, I
map
can investigate.
seller.
Well, that's better than a 1.
Investigation.
So, Darwin and Rhiannon, the two of you are kind of almost fumbling around in as you move through the market, you just kind of like grabbing random stall holders like clay pot sellers and saying, "Hey, have you got a map?" And Nessa, you're watching this debacle unfold, and you just kind of like look up and immediately spot the cartographer who's at the end of the row with a big sign saying "Maps for sale."
Just immediately points it out that way. And starts heading towards there.
Follows.
I follow.
Same.
So, as you approach the stall, the gentleman you see behind the table is a fairly slight man, human in his racial nature, and have you got 5 captain?
Continue describing the
So he's a fairly slight human, with a green tunic and spectacles, and like his stall is just covered in maps. You just rolled up left, right, and center.
Does he have an arm missing?
He does have an arm missing.
Yes.
What?
It's a campaign 1 reference.
Aha.
It says, "Oh, hello, customers. Lovely. Well, welcome to my map stall.
You got any maps?
He kind of just like stutters a bit and then just kind of points up towards the side which says maps for sale.
More specifically,
Reese
we
just
are
looking
in
for
search
one.
of a map of the region of the Neverfields.
It's like he kind of sort of like takes refuge in the fact that Nessa is being nice to him. He's like, yes, a map of the Neverfields. You're definitely sort of a challenging one then, because there's not a lot of people who travel into the Neverfields, and frequently those who don't come back. The only people who do tend to go there are the Goliaths. You're a Goliath, right? So you're looking to head up there, right? You kind of sort of like, and like, you know how when someone's really nervous, they're like rifling through papers and they do it with both hands.
Mhm.
It's like he's trying to do that, but the stump of his right arm is just kind of like moving as like a ghost action.
Okay.
Your
Please
name
now
wouldn't be
zooming over the top of
Tyriok,
Nessa.
would it?
Map.
Sorry, what was that, Darwin?
Your name wouldn't be Tyriok, would it?
Yes, yes it is. Tyriok of the Cartographers Guild. Pleasure to meet you.
Map.
Focus,
I
focus,
believe I have
focus.
Yes. This one's probably your best bet, and he kind of sort of pulls one out and kind of sort of unfurls it as best he can, and sort of slides it towards the group of you. It's like, this is probably the best one I have mapping that particular area. As I said, not many people go there. I've been trying to arrange an expedition myself for some.
Come with us.
Map the area.
It'll be just like when you've adventured with Vox Machina.
Last time I arranged a major expedition, he kind of glances down at the stump of his arm. He's like, yes.
That's a proud battle wound.
Reese like
Come
the
get another.
Patrick. He's like looking at the map, just like map.
I'm sure somebody can help you replace that arm somewhere.
I've had some friends look at it over the years, and it's unfortunately long enough gone, and the method that it was taken is catastrophic enough that apparently it can't be
Regis
replaced.
dumps a bag of gold on the thing and just picks up the map and walks off.
All right, how much gold?
Like 25 gold.
Okay. Do you want your change?
Map.
All right.
Nice to meet you. We should be going now. Thank you. Bye.
Because you realize by dumping like 25 gold, you've basically just paid for like his entire stock like about 20 times over.
Map.
Really? I thought maps like cost more than that because they're a big thing.
That's so too.
So the map you now have in your possession is about as detailed as you can expect. So for roughly the first third of the Netherfields, on the southern, so around about the southern third of it, is partly detailed. There are certain there's notes about certain trails that are comparatively clear and what times of year they can be traversed easily. But as it goes further north into the proper wastelands of the Neverfields, it becomes increasingly less detailed until the top half of the map is just a basic outline of the coastline.
Alright, so we had to go northwest.
North by northwest. Northwest.
So, like, right up into the spiky bit. Direction.
So you gather you're probably looking around about here, where I just pinged. You think is probably a solid place to start looking. Best bet is about 3 to 4 days travel.
Do we need to get, like, should we get specific mounts for this area, or are we just gonna walk it?
I could possibly. Well, it would not be for very long, but I do have a way to get a mount.
Phantom Steed.
Yeah, only for an hour at a time, though.
Yeah, whereas if we just buy some, maybe. Surely there would be beasts of native to the area that would be more reliable.
Can we get tauntauns?
Giant goats.
Kind of what I was thinking.
I wasn't sold on it until you put it that way, Karun.
Oh.
Very much a grog punching a volcano moment. It's like I wasn't sold on it until you put it like that. You know what? Hang on, let me have a quick page through the monster manual and see if there's something suitably tauntaun appropriate.
To be fair, we also have a flying carpet.
I got an elephant.
What's the tauntaun?
Hey, elephants were good enough to get Hannibal over the Alps.
Watch Star Wars, Kayla.
No.
Oh my god, Kayla.
Well,
Marble elephant can be used for 24 hours. Just saying.
And how long does it have to wait? Because it's going to take us like 4 days.
Hey, Nessa, did you by chance bring the material components you need to summon your mansion?
yeah, she keeps that on hand, yeah.
Checking. What did you get?
It involves like a few pieces that you have to keep on hand, but it doesn't get they don't go away.
Yeah.
So yes, there is the mansion for at least overnight accommodations.
Yes. So bear with. I'm seeing if there's anything tauntaun adjacent.
I would just reskin some horses or something.
We only have 5 people. Would that fit the carpet?
How much weight does the carpet hold? Because Darwin's probably in pretty heavy armor.
That's true.
Freddie's
Yeah.
Darwin,
Can anyone-
Freddie and Rhea.
Can
probably-
Can anyone polymorph?
Nope.
No.
You've got
Actually, I
the
have-
one caster in the group who can't.
Yes.
Actually, we've got
Don't we
two
have a
people with
wand?
wands of
A wand of
we've got two-
polymorph. There you go.
It solves the problem. Carpet and change people into something else. Darwin likes squirrels.
Okay, so for the sake of simplicity, I'll just reskin some horses as the means of transportation. So, for Kayla's benefit, I will quickly grab a picture of what a
It's
tauntaun
fine.
looks like.
It's okay.
I want everybody to participate in the future of this mine. And that is not.
Well,
I was gonna say, could you try and learn how to spell?
Yeah, we.
Tauntaun.
Oh.
It's kind of like a llama with horns,
And it walks on 2 feet.
but yeah, it walks on its back feet.
So it's a kangaroo.
Kangaroo, yeah.
Kinda.
oh hi David, I didn't see you in here.
Oh God, am I gonna have is Tariq coming along on this as well?
He's just listening.
Yo,
When did you come in? Because now I'm curious what you missed. Because oh my god.
I think he joined recently.
Frickin' Drac.
Oh, so you missed the tiny hat conversation.
Yep, the tiny hat conversation.
Well,
Not
There'll be the
so
VOD.
tiny.
that'll be the VOD.
It's minuscule.
I'll upload this.
Yes,
Exactly
yes,
where-
we were.
To go along with the Dicayun stone.
Specifically, Darwin's tiny hat.
All right.
That's a tauntaun.
So, for the princely sum of, let's say, okay, who's leading the charge to find
We're all
mounts?
like independently wealthy. Just whatever the fuck you
Yeah, no, I'm trying.
We're
There's-
clearly
there's-
getting
there's-
wyverns.
Oh. Oh yeah,
Actually-
is there a thing in these mountains?
This is Lyran
Yeah,
going.
this is wyverns. We know enough from Anders.
I feel like it would be really mean to Josh to give you guys the opportunity to ride wyverns when he's not able to participate in the game. So you
But
all
we're
have
in
wyverns.
Larengorn.
Yeah, it's Lyran Not his fault. No, it's not our fault either.
Okay, so the group of you acquire wyverns.
Woo! It's the end of Neverending Story. Yeah! Yeah!
It's a never-ending story.
So wyverns.
So wyverns.
Wyverns.
So, as you guys pay the merchant the rental fees for your wyverns. So who's leading the actual negotiation there?
I would assume Lyra sells since she lives here.
Yeah, I will.
I was gonna say Lyra kind of has the local knowledge.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so roll just a general charisma check.
Find the person who isn't gonna fuck us over.
Don't blame me if I roll bad, guys.
We will totally blame you.
Blame you. Got it.
Ooh, it's above average. It's above average.
Huh?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it doesn't
We
show
don't
up
see
yet.
It's an 11.
Oh.
There it is.
Ooh.
Okay, I guess. Oh fuck! There were stickers of that at the con, and I didn't get them because I never know when to use stickers. But one just it was like the oh fuck for the one. There was natural 20, and then there was like okay I guess, and it was an 11.
Can I use persuasion? Persuade him with my persuading charms.
Sure, you can like if you're actively trying to persuade and get a better deal on things. Sure, you can make the attempt.
That's
Sure.
like that coupon.
So she'll go up to, I don't know, the cleric, I guess, where you hire wyverns, the wyvern cleric.
Wyvern
No, you're speaking. The specific merchant you're speaking to is a hardened woman who has the so the bearing of a ranger.
Cool. So she's gonna go up. She's gonna be like, "Hey, it's nice to see you. So my friends and I are going on like this mission up north, and we're looking to hire some wyverns. And because I'm from Lyrangon, and I told them how cool it is, and how sky swimming is like the city sport of past times. And so I was like wondering what the best deal you can do for us is. There's like heaps of us, so like group discount because we're giving you so much business."
How long do you need them for?
2 days.
We're gonna need them for I
week?
assume the travel is 3 to 4 days on foot.
Oh yeah, it's true.
How much to buy them?
Oh.
I don't sell. These are my income. As your companion, Lyra Sell. Yes, I do remember you. I also remember the time. I also remember the time you painted every third scale on my wyvern's hot pink.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I just wanted to make them easy to see because I didn't want there to be any like in the air accidents. So
Do you understand the concept of predators and prey?
Pinching the bridge of the nose again.
They're like, I mean, look, I know they eat meat, but they're not really predators. They're like super nice, and I remember like how sweet they were and everything, and how patient they were when I was painting their scales.
But we do need to rent them for at least a week. Trying to remember this conversation.
At least a week, right? Something concrete. Thank you.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
That doesn't seem right. I have a +7
on
persuasion.
Did you accidentally click performance, perhaps?
No, because it says persuasion.
Well, I mean, it's 2.
Oh, it wasn't your sheet doing this last time as well?
Wow, so this fucker doesn't even want to take it 1,000 extra gold.
She'll take you 1,000 extra gold, gladly, but she's not going to sell you the wyverns.
No, something's broken on my sheet.
Yeah.
He was doing it last game too.
Was it rolling properly before?
Yeah, we were having.
It's not so much selling, but at least renting for a week.
No. Go down. Go down. Look, on that side, it's only got perception as a +1. Persuasion is +0 when it should be. That is all broken.
Yeah, your sheet's
What
messed up.
happened to this whole fucking
Wow.
sheet?
Hang on, let me try. Oh.
No.
Doesn't matter. It's all right. We can accommodate it as we go. I'll have a look at it later.
Like on the back end of my sheet, all the modifiers are just fucked.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's a
everyone
good
else
thing.
has saved some
Everyone save your character sheets to your vault just in case this happens.
Yeah.
Well, because it happened to Brent the other week, and now it's happened to mine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Sorry.
save.
Will do after we're done. Okay, moving along.
Well, you're not getting my extra 1,000 gold.
Why did my thingy just...
I don't know. What did you press?
Doesn't matter. While it refreshes. So, a week. Right. Something concrete. Now, for extended expeditions, I usually charge an additional security deposit in case the wyvern are lost, eaten, or otherwise do not return. So your 1,000 gold there will serve quite adequately as a security deposit because these are not cheap to replace.
Yes, of course. One of our members has one.
Where do you get them from?
Ixnay.
Hmm?
Where do I get them? I get
Yeah.
them where they are, and that's all you need to know.
Take
But I
it.
usually charge about 100 gold per day per mount.
So I take it you don't like pink. That's the vibe I'm getting right now.
How about two
You don't
each?
like what?
They should be able to. Is
No,
there
I
single?
don't like pink. It took me
No.
weeks to get it off their scales last time. If you bring them back with any of them painted pink, I promise you will be forfeiting your security.
I mean,
I do have work in the morning, y'all. Oh my god.
No, none of them will come back pink.
Or any brightly vibrant colors painted on.
Okay.
So we have 6 people. How about can 2 people ride on a wyvern at a time, or is it a?
I'm gonna say no because the wyverns are specifically very narrow build creatures with just the wings and they don't have the forelimbs. I'm gonna say that you can only ride 1 per.
Okay.
So there's
6 of us.
So there's 6 of you. Where are you going to be traveling to?
Around.
We're going
North.
to the ruins in the Netherfields.
Ruins in the Netherfield. Great.
Clusters. Why did you have to say that? It's like when you hire a car, you don't tell the company if there's someone under the age of 21 driving.
What is a car?
It's like when you come to Australia and when you rent a car, you don't like when they ask you, you're not taking this to the outback, are you? It's like no.
Ooh, no off-road.
Nope.
Also, to be fair, I
Alright,
think
sorry.
with the carpet, at least, like, Nessa could just ride the carpet and she might just be a little bit behind, but not by much. Like, it's about the same
Or
speed.
we could tie a rope to the wyvern.
Oh god!
And the carpet.
Parasailing carpet!
We just had over 6,000 gold. This is my family. I will fund this expedition.
All right. So
So if I paint it pink, do I get to keep it?
I am perfectly fine with the carpet.
So 5 then? 5. Right. So, okay, everyone but Nessa, make an animal handling check as the ranger lady takes you around and introduces you to your mounts.
Yeah, you don't want to make Nessa to make an animal handling check.
So
Can I cast speak with animals on myself to help myself?
2 for Rhiannon.
It's a 2. Can I have advantage
Yeah.
given my husband does own these?
Fredley is oddly proficient in animal handling.
I wouldn't say oddly. Seems like a very Freddy thing.
Okay.
So yeah. So I'm gonna cast. Oh,
I'll say
actually.
yes to the advantage. Sorry. No. Okay, so Darvin and Rhiannon, your mounts both bite you as you are trying to familiarize yourself with them.
He can certainly try.
That's true.
in a display of dominance.
All right. Okay. Roll intimidation. I'll take it as an intimidation check. Roll20 does not like you today. The wyvern is largely unimpressed with you, but it will at least allow you to ride on its back because it's what it's trying.
Oh
Darvin.
boy.
Ooh. Lyricel.
You got the same one that you painted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one you got has got several scales, particularly around its feet, where every third scale seems to be a slightly lighter shade than every other scale.
Why would they do that?
I mean, if it didn't like it, stand there.
We're never gonna get there, y'all.
Wait a minute.
What about now?
I speak Draconic.
You can speak Draconic.
So can
Can I
I.
talk to them?
Like,
Actually,
you
I can
talk to
too.
them? Yeah.
Yeah, you can absolutely try and talk to them if you like.
I think I can
Like,
as well.
I'm like, hey guys, you really need your help to find this young lady's mother. She's been missing her for quite a couple of years now, and she thinks she's in danger. Could you please help us?
Naosu, roll persuasion. I'll say with advantage, because you are also appealing to the fact that wyverns are fairly social creatures and sort of bind together in family packs. So, yeah, I'll say roll with persuasion. Roll persuasion with advantage.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nice.
Hey. So the three wyverns that were a little bit crotchety, somewhat begrudgingly sort of kind of agree to your request. Now you've already sort of started to form a kind of a bond with yours. You like, particularly with your own upbringing, you feel an affinity for this particular creature. And Freddie, you absolutely have worked with wyverns in the past, and you feel pretty comfortable with your mount.
These wyverns that dogs do with really good scratch. Thumping scratches.
Something like that.
I didn't hear a word you said, but yes, I'm totally doing that.
I was saying that you're doing the thing like when you pat a dog in the really good spot and they sit there and thump their back leg.
Oh, definitely.
That's like what your wyvern's doing.
And Nessa, you're tailing the group with your flying car.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So, as the group of you take off, you eventually, it takes a few minutes for your mounts to gain altitude to the point where they break through the canopy. But as you do, there is a sudden noticeable change. Yes, Nessa. A corner of the carpet taps itself on the ground.
Who's a good carpet? Who's a good carpet?
I'm totally turning the flying carpet into carpet out of Aladdin.
Yes, good.
Why wouldn't you?
So, hey, Rugman, haven't seen you in a few millennia. Give me some tassel. Hey. So, as you penetrate the canopy and start to move north into the into the mountains, you all notice your jokes are better delivered when you're within range of the microphone.
Yeah, we can't hear anything.
I was just saying Darwin's obviously leading here because he's the best at penetration.
Damn right.
I was gonna say penetrating the canopy. Is that what they're calling it these days?
And with the penetration of the canopy, everyone's nipples get hard with the sudden change in temperature.
Warm tropical environment complete with humidity to bone chill cold as you move up into the mountain air.
Locon.
And even as prepared as the group of you were for the colder environment, as you start to move north over the course of the rest of the afternoon, it's still surprising to you how cold it is getting. And so Rhiannon is very comfortable, actually. In point of fact, you feel oddly reassured by the temperatures, the real sense of finally returning home.
Riven gives a little like pig root every now and then.
Okay. Sure. Fine.
Alright, so we're gonna fly northwest till we can try and find these ruins.
Okay, so the group of you continue to travel north for the rest of the afternoon and into the early evening. As the sun sort of starts to dip towards the horizon, you haven't caught sight of any ruins as yet, but you're definitely starting to feel that it's getting close to time that you should probably bed down.
I guess look for somewhere to land.
Yes.
Are we perceptioning?
Yes. Peek around.
Yeah, have a good look around for somewhere decent to land. Preferably not in a blizzard.
Oof.
Oofness.
Nessa, you're kind of like hugging the carpet face down because of how cold it is. I don't want to look.
Oh.
Darwin, you notice a space. The group of you set down, sort of in the middle of a copse of trees. As the group of you are sort of progressing, you can definitely feel that there's likely snowstorms that whip up overnight. So you've managed to guide the group down to an area that is appropriate to set down in. So, Darwin, can you please roll me a D4? Okay, so you guys are on this map.
All right. Guess I'll hop down off the carpet and take a look around. Try to find, like, I guess, is this like a cliffside over here?
So if you zoom out, it gives you a better view.
Ah, okay. Right. This is all the way zoomed in. Aha.
So before you guys, your wyverns set
okay.
you down in this space over here on the right-hand side.
Cool. So, I was thinking about it on the way, given that we have very large mounts, this may be a little bit more difficult, but then I realized, Darwin, you all still have the polymorph wands, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
If we could polymorph the wyverns into something small enough to fit through the entrance to the mansion, I can make the inside big enough for them.
We can do that.
Sure.
Very well. She's gonna reach into her pouch and take out the materials needed and her spell book. Give me a minute.
Yep.
And then just kind of come
So
up
there's
against
6 total?
5.
Okay.
Because Nessie used the carpet.
Okay. So I'll do 3 and Ray does 2.
Yep. Ray will tell them in Draconic what they're gonna do.
And yeah, Ness will start casting the mansion up against this area here and focus on creating a space for the wyverns once they're back in full form, since polymorph won't last that long. And then she'll also just make a general bed space.
Cost the mansion?
Hmm?
How long does it take to cost the mansion?
1 minute.
Lyra will turn her 2 wyverns that she's gonna change into pseudo dragons. Can she do that? No, they have to be animals. Cats. They're gonna be bitey cats.
Nice.
So, as you
You might not want
manage to successfully, as you persuade the wyverns to allow you to cast a spell on them, so they can go through the door into the into Nessa's magnificent mansion. You turn them all into cats. Oh, what are they called? Scored cats, the Swedish ones.
Norwegian forest cats.
Norwegian
forest
forest cats. The big
Yep.
fluffy ones. Yes.
The big talking.
Like, oh, majestic beasts.
And they all seem pretty pissed off, as cats generally are. So not a lot's changed, except their physical appearance.
Fair enough.
But you managed to successfully, over the course of, say, the next half hour or so, transform the wyverns into Norwegian forest cats, lead them inside the mansion to the designated room Nessa has provided, and transform them back.
Huzzah!
Sweet.
And just the whole line of like slightly see-through servants just kind of bow to everyone. And then start getting some food ready.
So the rest of you have never seen the inside of Nessa's mansion.
Some of them have. Some of them have from
It's
Craghammer.
very much- oh yes, that's true. But yeah, it's very for those of you that haven't, it's very much the exact kind of interior space you would expect Nessa to dream up. It's it's like there are no available wall surfaces because every wall has bookcases on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like even between windows and doorways, there's a bookcase.
Did you just say my
The-
dream house?
Exactly.
So the group of you spend your evening, unless there's anything in particular you would like to do.
Nope.
Well,
She will play with the fluffy bitey cats until they turn back into wyverns.
I guess and then Rhiannon,
Yeah.
I do not know if you've explained the full story to me at least, but what are you hoping? Well, what are you hoping to find with your mother? Or
I want to make them accept. So they threw me out of the herd when I was a child because I was too human. So, I don't know. I want to make them see me as a Goliath again, maybe. But I mostly just want to make sure that they're okay.
there's like that immediate like recognition in Nessa's eyes the moment she says she wants to be accepted. I'm like, I can understand that. I am sure they will see you exactly as you are meant to be.
If not, I'll make them.
That is what I
Which does
expect.
like the knuckle crack thing that I can't actually do.
A little bit like the sweat drop. Exactly.
So, as the group of you bed down, the beds are incredibly comfortable, and even though you spend most of your evening before bed, feasting and like munching on small baked snacks, as it seems that with this particular casting of the mansion, Nessa very much had sugary items in mind. So most of the feasting table is just laid out with pastries and danishes and stuff.
It's tapas and pastries. That's
Again, I think I'm just reaching into people's minds and describing their dream house. So.
Yeah. Damn, I wish this was real.
Well, also, for those of you who haven't attended Nessa's house before, there's no chairs. There's just big cushion piles everywhere.
Cushion piles. Well, there's a big table for food, but
yeah, there's a table. There's just no chairs for it.
There's chairs.
Reese just making a cushion angel.
Yes, also sorry I was in the mansion for the past several days. So a bit of my layout is still here.
It is fine.
Where you were. I was wondering where you went off to.
Yes, I had a very important reading to do.
So, the evening passes. You all get your long rest. And you emerge the following morning, coming down for breakfast, ready to continue the search.
Okay. Gonna peek out carefully, make sure there's nothing around before we start pulling out the, before we need to, like, transform the wyverns and bring them back.
Sure.
Make sure the area is clear.
Well, do we need to transform them, or can you just let the mansion drop and spit us all out?
Oh, that is true. Actually, that is. Let me check and make sure that's something I can actually dispel the spell. Otherwise,
I think it just lasts for 24 hours, doesn't it?
Think so.
Yeah, it doesn't mention. It just says when the spell ends.
I mean, for the sake of ease of keeping things moving, we'll say...
You could make the door like a barn door.
Yeah. I mean, it is completely a portal to a minor demi-plane that you control.
Yeah, it says it's 5 feet wide and 10 feet tall, though, in the description. This is why I was being careful about it. I don't know how big wyverns are, but I assume they're a little bit more than 10 feet. And 5 feet.
Actually, good point. I have no idea off the top of my head how big a wyvern is.
Oh, you can open or close the portal if you were in 30 feet of it, but that's... Okay, that still keeps it up. It's just invisible. So...
Wyverns are only a large creature, which means that they are no bigger than 10 foot in any particular dimension.
Okay. As long as I can fit the 5 feet wide part.
Straight out the door.
Okay.
You didn't have a need to turn them into Norwegian forest cats, although that was amazing.
Yeah, that was great.
It.
It's a character thing. It's fine.
Library appears with new scratches and bites on her arms. Worth it.
All right. Continue on then. Or at least, yeah, she's just checking to make sure there wasn't anything immediately here once we pop out.
So, as we're traveling, keep an eye out for, danger or any signs of ruin.
Precisely.
Yeah, so everyone make a survival check.
Yeah, I'm so good at those.
That's
Nope.
Nope.
Oh yeah, now it rolls well.
Okay, so Darwin, you've got a pretty solid idea of the direction you need to travel. Your group needs to travel in,
Okay.
and you
Let's go this way.
You confidently lead the way. And are you guys continuing to fly, or are you going to make the trek on foot?
Fly.
We
I
have
would say.
wyverns. Let's fly.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll. Okay. We'll say specifically because Ree is largely sort of the one desperate to get forward. Let's say Ree roll a d3. Okay.
See something.
You think you do. So everybody roll perception.
Woo! Didn't roll shitty.
Wow, I fucking did.
Oh.
I rolled
So-
pretty garbage as well.
Rhiannon thinks she sees something and leads you down towards this sort of snow-swept clearing. And so I'll get everyone to drag their tokens out. So you guys are landing sort of roughly in the middle here.
Give me a second. My map isn't updating. Because roll 20 is up.
I will drag Naosu out. I've got you, Lyrosol.
Does Nessa only have 85 hit points?
Yeah. Wizard.
Ouch. Ouch. They're
Wizard.
squishy.
Hello, yes, I am the wizard.
Lyra
Funny.
pulls out the scroll
Wow.
of Death Ward from the hunt bag and gives it to Nessa. Feel like you should have this.
Freddie
Thank
has
you.
3 times as much, I think, than you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ree has 160, so she has like double.
230.
Jesus, how did
This
you
is
get so many
fine.
hit points?
It's a tough beat.
Tough, I put
Wow.
my highest stat into con, and I roll really well during HP getting.
That should be right.
I'll
Just gonna pull out
say.
a scroll of mage armor and use that.
Okay, so now,
I don't see shit.
well, I'm going to get you all to roll another perception check once you are all on the ground. That's a little bit of a...
My god. That's worse.
Darwin, you're still marveling at how well your hat fits.
God damn it.
Wow.
Wow.
Like a glove.
Like front of it is very pointy. Oh god. The wizard hat.
It's all the better for penetration.
Does it curve to the left? Is it...
The hat begins to drift a little to the left.
Wow.
That's some control. Just stick jokes everywhere.
Yep.
It ain't D&D without that.
It's a good day.
wiggles his hips and it begins to spin.
Wow.
Are you that cold? Do you need to move constantly?
Just a wise precaution to keep the blood flowing.
And apparently the blood is flowing. Yeah.
So, as you guys are shooting the shit
Whoa.
here, she is not meant to be that big.
Whoa! All I want to do is see it turn into a giant woman, a giant woman.
So, as a group, you become aware of figures standing up out of the snow. Which explains why you saw some movement, as you guys probably saw the ambush being established.
Oh, great.
So we landed right in the middle of it because, you know,
So
that's
fucking
what we
smart.
do. Yep. How do
And
we
also
check for
because
traps? We trigger them.
It's true.
And also because it's 10 to 3, we kind of need to move this shit along. So most of the figures who stand up are women. But you do notice one or two men sort of scattered in amongst them as well, who have a sort of wizened appearance to them, and you guys distinctly recognize that these are absolutely Goliaths. I was wondering who I'm missing.
Me.
Parkour.
So, you are surrounded by a cadre of female Goliath warriors interspersed with several male, what appear to be druids or sages.
Hey guys.
Bree will stand there with the halberd to the side. Still raising a weapon at all because we are surrounded. And in giant, she will say Kolokatho.
So, one of them, one of the ones at ground level, steps forward and, seeing that you address them in their own language, sort of kind of cocks her head on one side. How do you know us?
Because I am you.
She kind of sort of steps forward and grabs you by the chin and kind of sort of turns your head left and right, and sort of examines the tattoos up your arms and up and onto your face. You're a Goliath, certainly. Why are you looking for us?
Seek family.
Family is sometimes earned, sometimes lost. Who are you to claim?
Ramanath Kolkatha, daughter of Rhea.
Ah. Very well. Roll a persuasion check.
So good at this.
With advantage, you are sort of dealing with
Oh, I am actually good at these.
The anticipation is killing me. Yay!
I will take
Thank
that
God
11
for
over
that
the
advantage.
Yup.
one.
She kind of looks up at the ones that are on the ridgeline above you, who have got like javelins raised to pin you if need be. Says, take their mounts.
We
She
paid
kinda
a
sort
lot to rent those.
And they're a bit spicy.
A little bit spicy.
We've dealt with wyverns before. She kind of sort of jabs her head over her shoulder as she turns to and starts walking away to the northeast here, sort of indicating that as a group you should follow.
He just kind of looks back at the others and is just like, well,
We are following your
Ray
lead
will
here.
follow.
guess we
If
better
if
go.
Ree is following, Ray will follow Ree.
Yep.
Same.
All right.
Trust in the sisters
I
on
I
this
will
one.
follow Ree.
Wherever we may go.
As the group of you follow Rhiannon, everyone but Ree make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm great at those.
Wow, Darwin. Holy
Wait,
shit.
where's the? I don't have bless. I don't know why that's on. Sorry.
Still 27.
27.
Is this due to the cold?
No, this is simply from the height of the snow.
It's like asthma attack.
Accurate. Nessa might need to get on her rug, you know, her carpet.
Hmm.
I didn't even have bless on. What the hell?
It's weird.
I'm telling you, Roll20's doing weird shit.
It is doing weird shit.
Standard. Standard. I don't know why
It's
we're all
Roll20.
standing surprised at this.
Yeah.
We may have to, like, if it continues to get worse, we may actually have to migrate our virtual tabletop to another environment.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, let's not get too excited.
Oh,
Oh!
shit.
Ooh.
Oh. Still better than Nessa.
Nail.
Still better than Nessa.
And that was off a natural 1.
Exactly.
Okay, so Nessa, after a moment, you find yourself falling behind. You and Nail find yourselves falling behind the rest of the group as just the sheer height of the depth of the snow wears you both down a little bit. You're not at the point of exhaustion, but it's a challenge keeping up. Frederick and Rhiannon have no problem forging their way through. And in point of fact, it's only because of Frederick's presence, who's almost melting the snow around him, that you and Nail are able to keep up with the rest of the group at all.
Is Lyra just doing like the fucking Legolas thing?
Yeah, kind of.
Yep.
Yes.
And then Darwin sort of sees that and tries the same thing and immediately plunges like up to hip height because of the weight of his armor.
He's still just shoveling on. He's fine. He's fine with his 27.
No, but he might need to start making actual con saves, given that he's not wearing any underwear and he's wearing.
Oh no.
That's a good point. Darwin, make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Hey, it's very well designed armor.
Is it?
Padded codpiece.
Yep.
Yeah,
Darwin,
extra padded.
knowing
Gambeson
Darwin's
codpiece.
character, I'm honestly just
Yeah.
envisioning Henry VIII's armor, dude.
He has his favorite piece.
Oh yes.
Was it the Elizabethan times where they had the huge cod pieces?
Sure
That's,
was.
that's what I imagine Darwin having right now.
I'm a trendsetter.
So when he turns, it like swings a bit. Stick jokes everywhere. Where is it?
Just keep going.
Surely there's more
Oh,
impressive
there
copies. There.
There's the one. That's the one I was after.
Oh gosh.
Except blue.
Except wizard hat.
This, except blue.
It's like those spider.
Yeah.
It's like when a Spider-Man cosplayer doesn't wear a dance belt.
One of these days, you guys are gonna kill me.
Or maybe you'll kill
That
us,
was
to be
legit
fair.
fashion.
So yeah, where are we going, please?
I was just gonna allow the dick jokes to continue for a while.
Dick jokes, dick jokes.
Oh, let's continue, please.
There we go. So, the group of you are led into what appears to be a set of ruins. Rhiannon, these distinctly look familiar to you from the scry you previously had.
Mhm.
And it seems to be fairly well in camp. There are a lot of people milling around, just going about day-to-day lives of hard-living nomads. The group of you, I'll get you to drag your tokens out here. Ping the area where your tokens will be, and I'll drag Rhiannon's out.
Just gotta refresh my roll 20 again.
Gotta love that roll 20.
Oh yeah, it's going well.
There we go. Finally got it to load. Darvin, that's what I envision your armor looking like, except blue.
And
No one
black.
you have disadvantage of stealth.
I assume it's black and blue for other reasons. Oh. It's like a beer nozzle. Tapping the keg, if you know what I mean.
I'll also make a point for y'all. That particular image is Henry VIII's actual suit of armor.
No
Which is
shit.
in
I'm not fucking surprised.
Yeah. This was before he put on like 100 kilos and had to have a crane to lift him on his horse.
Not fucking surprised.
That poor horse.
So,
Yes, I feel for it.
as you are brought into town, like there's a lot of sort of warrior women in the vicinity. As your scribe kind of sort of showed you earlier, there is it seems that the warrior caste of this particular herd tends to have women be the more prominent members. And as you guys are being led forward, you see one walking along the forward from walking from the north towards your group, who particularly catches your attention as you recognize Voria Kolakatha. I'll move y'all forward here. There we go.
Huzzah.
She kind of eyes you off.
Bree's just standing there in her back. Just like not sure on what to do next. It's like, you know, when you've been trying to get something for so long and then you don't know what to do with once you've got it.
So she takes a few steps forward, and there's an older male sort of one of the older males of the group who has sort of the look of a advisor on the sort of the ways of the clan. At her side, who comes forward as well, and you have sort of some vague memories of this person, Rhiannon, as the Swift Finder, who was not that kind of advisor.
You're one of the ones that advised I'd be left behind.
Roll an intelligence check to, like, sort of dig through your memories.
We're gonna kill him
Also,
because I'm down for that.
Flat intelligence check. Say.
I will take that.
Nice.
Ooh,
Natural 20.
nice.
It's not even my +1.
It's just okay. Kanagan, who's commonly known amongst the tribe, amongst the herd, as the Swift Finder, due to his capability to scry and divine the will of the gods, as well as sort of assist with keeping the herd safe by sensing sort of oncoming danger. Was one of the voices that did call for your removal from the herd, but not in a malicious way. Like, you always had fairly fond memories of him as being, despite his position, being kind to the children of the tribe and largely encouraging of you, even despite certain other members of the herd shunning you for your half-human aspects. And while he did counsel that you be ejected from the you get the sense that it was out of compassion to protect both you and your mother from censure or shunning, especially given the position your mother had and continues to hold, of being the leader of the warrior caste with your herd.
Still not real happy with it.
Still dick move. Just saying.
And so Voria doesn't really say much. She just kind of sort of continues to size you up. You can see the haft of a pole arm over her shoulder and peeking out behind her. So the haft is over her right shoulder and sort of projecting from behind her left hip. You can see the blade of what appears to be an oversized glaive. Its build. You recognize it from your initial vision, where it has a solid steel haft with a blade that's a full handspan in width and takes a full third of the length of the weapon, but is quite easily at least the same length as your own halberd. Nessa, roll a perception check.
Kind of conflicted. I almost want to walk up and slap her. Because probably not the best idea.
Nessa, you're kind of sort of something that you have noticed, like even just in Rhiannon's presence, is that an element of the half-giant bloodline seems to be just a simple force of personality in any given area, which is why so they tend to overpower an environment with their presence. And both Rhiannon and Voria have this same element. You can see the family resemblance, but there's not a lot else that you really pick up, as the sheer forcefulness of their existence on the world is a little overpowering beyond that.
That's fair. Also just went up that hill like still thin air.
You just like unroll the carpet and flop back down on it. Is
Not
that your
quite.
mom?
Trying to be being respectful here.
What do you want to do, Rick?
I'm gonna sort of walk straight up to her and I'm gonna slap her.
Make an attack roll. With that, and particularly with that gift, I'm just gonna go with that. You don't even like backhand her. You literally like bring up your fist and just like drive it into her face.
Wow. Yeah.
And Voria kind of sort of steps back with the impact of it, like in the kind of instinctive way that experienced fighters sort of ride the force of the blow. And she kind of raises a thumb to her mouth and sort of scrapes away the trickle of blood from her now split lip. I suppose that's, she said.
You left me with humans.
I left you for your own good.
My good or yours?
Do they have to be mutually exclusive?
Bree just kind of looks at her like, really?
Swiftfinder steps forward and sort of nods with like not the same amount of respect he obviously shows your mother, but enough respect that he's like, okay, this is absolutely Rhiannon.
If he's not careful, he's the next one that's gonna get hit.
So you return to the herd, Rhiannon.
Had a vision. There was danger.
There is always danger up here. It's the life we choose to lead.
The north. Figured I had friends powerful enough now that maybe I would finally be able to find you.
Obviously you do. Found us.
Hope you didn't say that out loud, Nail.
It's Nail.
I was gonna say, we're gonna die.
You seem to have done all right without the herd.
In spite of the herd. Not for lack of fathers trying.
Yes, well,
Tried to turn me into a princess.
so with that, you notice, the rest of you kind of notice for the first time a sort of slight crack in the sternness of Voria. She kind of grins and says, you realize I'm the leader of a herd. You are a princess.
Like needlework. Niceties.
And with that, she like just turns to horror. Oh God, he didn't.
Yeah.
Not like the
did.
flesh needlework either, like fabric needlework.
Oh god.
Didn't even want me to learn a weapon.
And she kind of sort of glances meaningfully at the halberd haft over your shoulder.
Yeah, he didn't win that one. I kind of got to a size where he couldn't stop.
So the rest of you notice that with the possible exception of Quartz, Ree's one of the biggest members of the take
Mm-hmm.
by a noteworthy margin.
Yeah.
And even so, her mother, Voria, still has a solid 3 to 4 inches on her. And you can see like the subtle differentiation in their physicality, where Voria has the pure blood Goliath in her, so she's got the density of muscle and the physical mass in her build, where Rhiannon's physicality is slightly tempered by the human blood in her. Right. So why have you come? You can't say you came because you thought there was danger. Do you come to rejoin the herd? If you have, you know how you have to make that request.
I would have the herd acknowledge me.
Well, to be fair, let's face it, there's usually only one ritual that covers most of our formal requests, and
Just kind of nods her head a bit.
although it seems as you've gotten older that you've some of the healthier blood has risen to the fore. I see that your skin marks have grown in.
Took a while.
What did your father have to?
Yeah. I left home. Not entirely by his choice.
Don't you have a? Didn't you also have a?
Yeah, Dominic. He killed Dad, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah, he sold my brother's soul to a devil to get power. So, yeah.
Cringe at that.
Yeah, we solved that. In a
Well,
proper way.
as long as it was solved.
Was
Your
I have a
father.
husband, 2 children, 3 children, well, 7 children, but
She's making her own herd.
And that Voria is just like a little bit like taken aback. It's just like,
they're not all
daughter, it's a
physically
vagina,
mine.
not a bag of holding.
Only 3 are mine. The rest we kind of adopted.
Ah. And your husband is.
Dragon.
A dragon. Just dragon.
Dragon.
As you say dragon, she kind of like looks over your shoulder at the wyverns.
No, bigger. 3 just lost.
4 legs, 2 wings.
Right. Dragonborn. Ah. Fair enough. Well then.
I mean, how boss would it be though if it was a dragon? Though, just saying.
It was just
Dragonborns have to be made somehow.
Will and Flint both like are pulling out our collars with the plan, with the wizard plan. We've both got it. So, accepted.
acceptance. And she'll just pull her halberd off her back.
Fair enough. Swift Finder. And the druid next to you kind of perks up. Yes, War Chief. You will adjudicate. You will watch. He kind of nods. And then Voria. So the rest of you have noticed as well that along with the glaive that's slung over her shoulder, Voria also attempts to has a surprisingly large amount of weaponry slung her body. And at her hips are what appear to be a matched pair of hand axes, of short-hafted single-hand axes. But she also has a shield slung from her back, which raises a question, given the weapon she unslings is the glaive over her shoulder. But she nods and says to Rhea, "Who will be your watcher?"
Ray just turns and looks at Ray.
Yes! Yes, bitch! Yes! I mean, I would be honored.
Isn't Lyricel like 5'2" or something?
Yeah, she's like 5'5", maybe. She stands up tall.
He's the shortest.
Okay.
Like Ray and Ness are like the same
So-
height.
Yeah.
So, from your perspective, Lyricel, what you see is the woman who towers even over your best friend. Sort of gestures to you and says, "Come forward, little one."
Ray is not insulted at all by being called little one and skips forward merrily.
Ness
Yeah,
will be
do what
insulted
they
on
have
both their
to.
behalves.
Ralanath is aware of the rules involved in combat. Only our own power can, or anything else would be an insult to court. Your role is to act as her witness.
Okay. Should I like take notes or like am I just watching? I can just
Nessa.
watch.
Mm-hmm.
You notice as you cast Detect Magic, several of the druids in the vicinity, including Swiftfinder, both sort of turn their eyes to you, like detecting the flare of magic, but nobody stops you. And you notice that both the axes at Voria's hips, the shield on her back, and the glaive are all magical as fuck.
Yeah.
And also, just yep. You also notice that there is a ring on her finger that glows with abjuration. And then aside from that, you also get a lot of interference from the group surrounding you.
Yeah. Well, she assumes that. So the strength of a herd is
Sorry.
also backed by magic.
So, Varia unslings the glaive and takes a couple of steps back. And Swiftfinder sort of steps back out of the way as well and gestures to Lyricel to do the same.
Cool.
So, as this is happening, you guys, like the rest of you, notice that the group of tribesmen and women surrounding the area has dramatically increased. It's like the whisper has kind of sort of made its way around the camp that Ralanath has returned and is directly fighting her mother. So, Voria.
I'd like to take out 20 years of angst.
Start the Kirk Spock battle music. Da 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 da. Or that.
Okay, so roll initiative.
That's 11.
Yeah.
Did it do it with advantage? Just check it.
No,
It didn't.
Everything's busted.
Everything's. My whole everything is broken. Hoppish.
So you because it did second.
D20. Wow. Fucking typical. 90. Yes. I'll take the first answer.
Okay. So Maria, as she stands with the glaive ready, is going to enter her rage. But unlike some of the barbarians you guys have encountered, her rage is not one of fury, but is cool and surprisingly level in the way. But there's a shift in her physicality as you see the muscles starting to tense. And oh. And she's gonna rush forward. And if the rest of you hadn't seen the way that both Frederick and Rhiannon tend to move in combat, and with the amount of magical stuff you guys have seen, it'd probably be really confronting with how fast such a big woman can move. But she's almost a blur as she charges in and smacks you in the face.
9? Oh, actually, no. Check my DC. 16. My AC is 16.
Oh.
Bam.
She got me.
Ouch.
Whew.
Thankfully, she didn't do a whole lot of damage. That is 21 points of damage.
It's like grog all over again.
Yes. And then she'll. Oh,
Doesn't get that one in a second. Yeah, love that.
uh,
16.
so two cleaving blows. She leaves massive gashes across your chest.
So would I know I'm allowed to like armor and stuff.
Oh yeah,
My
absolutely.
items and
Hang on a
stuff.
sec.
Yeah, Nessa mentioned that she has magic weapons, so
Yeah. Like,
I'm thinking like my gauntlets.
like that'd be, it's still your own strength in that. Your strength is enhanced while you're on, but it's still your strength.
it belongs to you.
I will. Bonus action raid.
Huh?
And I will attack twice. Reckless. Great weapon master. Whole kit and caboodle.
Woo!
That's rolling. That didn't roll it with advantage, did it? What's this CS?
I mean, 29 will still hit.
Could be a crit though, but yeah, I only rolled 1d20.
Yeah.
I mean, roll another d20.
I'm just gonna do it.
Ah.
29.
Mm-hmm. It's actually 20. D4 because it's
24. Why is it rolling the actual fucking weapon damage?
It's not cool. Something's busted.
Everything's broken on it. So it's a D10 plus 9. Plus 10 for the great weapon.
Plus rage down.
Yes.
4 5.
Hmm?
So there's 3 on the damage thing.
No, 3 then. Can't remember. 3.
26 points of that.
That's the first.
Wait.
Halved.
Halve the slashing. Oh, wait. Yes, so... it's
4. Second attack.
Master.
Work.
What the heck was that?
No, I don't know. That didn't work. Roll. So plus 14 is 23 and 20. So yeah, that's like 18, 50.
Reckless.
Yes. Holy shit.
21.
Story, I will. No, I can't because I raged.
Yep. So with the first hit, she kind of like, it bites into her shoulder, but she kind of sort of almost catches it with the musculature and just nods with respect. And You've learned much, child. But I'm still so much. And she's a smack you.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, that'll hit. Ouchies. Just like hurts a lot.
Plus 14 plus 9 is 20. After that, 11. So you take 33 points of damage.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Just stung a bit.
But you're still standing. Attack you again. 22.
Yeah, that'll hit. My AC is 16.
That's 7, 17, 21.
Ouch. Jesus Christ. I'm into this double digits already.
Mm-hmm.
Finished smacking down on my ass yet?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna bonus action my gauntlets to enlarge myself.
Big rig!
Woo.
Yeah, for my next trick. Like that as well. And I will attack recklessly, great weapon master.
Is that supposed to be?
Yes. Apparently is the bond. So it was
Yeah.
at 31.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
Plus 3, 4.
Plus.
Plus 10.
Just whispering to the others, I should have brought some of that popped corn.
Fucking Christ!
Oh my god!
That sucked balls.
Wow.
Yep. Epic balls.
If it makes you feel better, that stands as it is. Because you can't halve the slashing damage. And now you're first.
Yes. So I will. Back is great weapon.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll do it.
And plus 9.
Better.
Plus
6.
like 6. And yeah, I'm just gonna like roar angrily at her. Take all my angst, Mom.
So, as you are ripping into her, the catharsis of and sense of betrayal that you felt as a child of being left behind. And you can also see the pain inside her having felt the need to leave you behind. and the conflict that she went through to do it. You see through the purity of the combat matching the strength you've gained against hers. And as you do, you feel a charge in yourself that you've dimly felt before, but you suddenly feel intensified to a degree you've not encountered before, as the knuckles on your gauntlets light up divine light, and traceries go up the van braces of the two gauntlets of the Titan stone knuckles, tracing out a pattern of runic script, which you recognize as the Goliath giant script. And your strength, as the gauntlets exalt, in a direct single combat with a champion of core.
Ooh.
Your strength goes up to 6.
Oh yeah. Re.
And in addition, you also feel a bolt of energy charged through you, and you gain 50 additional hit.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Damn.
Technically, you gained.
Take what I can fucking get.
Whew.
It's just gonna hit me again.
And as this occurs, you can see very clear recognition in Boria's eyes as she sees the gauntlets light up in your hands, and she recognizes them for what they are.
Hail to the yes. That's my fucking sister-in-law, yeah!
And she sort of steps back a bit. Says, all right, I guess I have to take this a little more effectively than I was. And she is going to attack you recklessly, Great Weapon Master.
God damn it.
Oh, wait. She gets advantage anyway because you've been
Yes.
attacking, so she will not reckless. But she will do Great Weapon.
Come on, shit rolls. Those are not shit rolls.
Mhm.
Oh! What does it come down to? Because it's -5.
Oh, -5. Yes, so it's 17, which
Fuck,
doesn't.
she still hit.
Doesn't your armor class go up?
Nope. Dex plus. It's the defense. Is that a win of filthy armor?
Okay, so that's 7 fire.
Plus 7. Plus.
Plus.
That's a bit owie.
All right, I'll turn the music off.
Give me
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
I didn't actually specify great weapons attacks.
Got it. Now I want.
Hey, I offered to buy some at the grocery store yesterday. Good thing you got that 50 extra hit points.
It's pretty much gone now.
Ugh.
But I have something she can't do.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, but it's.
Her armor class is
I
21.
didn't specify Great Weapon Master.
Did you roll with advantage, I'm assuming?
Yeah. I feel like I finally rolled something good on the dice.
So that is 25 minus. So 20. Just do minus 20.
Know how it works. And I will attack again. Reckless Great Weapon Master.
Yes!
Oh!
Yes! Yes, 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 yes. Good.
You're so
Finish her.
not quite.
Yeah.
Roll 1d10 plus 1d4.
That was an equal.
Oh, shit. Plus 1d4 plus 3d6 plus
4. 1.
4
No.
plus 3. No, the 1d4 is the enlarged. Plus 3 plus 9 plus 10. Great Weapon Master.
Oh. Brutal
Oh.
criticals.
Oof.
Oh.
So that's 45.
Yep, so 45.
Oh, hang on. That should have been 2d10.
Yeah.
because you
Oh, yeah.
critted. So just leave that, can just be a 10. So you can just leave that whole amount as is. Now roll. Are you up to 2 or 3 dice for your brutal critical?
Oh, shit.
Would it also be 2d4?
So I'm 14.
Uh,
I think it's 2 and then 2.
roll another d4 as well. Ness is right. You get another. You double all dice roll.
Double that shit.
Definitely get at least 2.
Ye-
71 points of damage.
Fuck yeah.
One hit.
And I think as part of the brutal critical, I can also immediately make another attack.
Just the same. Double
Just
check
have
your
to
character
check.
sheet.
There was one thing I had
Relentless
where
rage.
it's either brutal. Great Weapon Master, Great Weapon. You score a critical hit or reduce a creature to 0. 1 melee attack as a bonus action. So I get to make a melee attack with my halberd rather than
Yep.
polearm master, which is what I was going to. I will do this.
Come on.
You're right, 21.
Rector's Great Weapon.
Yeah! Oh, yes! Fucking A!
Holy shit!
Yes! Coming back.
Okay, so 2D10
2d10
plus
plus
2D4.
4
You are D.
d4 plus 3d6 plus 3 for rage plus 10 for great weapon master.
Isn't
Plus
it 3d10
9.
because of brutal critical?
Yeah,
No.
it
Yeah.
is.
She gets 2D10 as
For
her
the
crit,
crit.
damage.
Yeah, so then I get
And then she'll roll an additional 2D10 for her brutal crit.
Fuck yes.
50.
plus my
Beautiful.
to 57.
Mhm.
Oh, and I get those d6s back in healing.
I'm aware.
So 10, 20, 31. No, yeah, 5, 10, 16.
5, 10, 16.
Yeah, so 32.
32 points of health back.
Nice.
I
Nice.
am more healthy than she is.
Yeah, she's
I'm
looking
like
pretty
this.
carved up.
Feel my wrath.
Rage, rage, show me your rage.
She'd probably still drop me from this point, though.
Yeah, because you just reckless, so she
Yeah,
doesn't have
so
to.
she gets advantage of
Hmm.
I'm gonna beat her.
What are you at?
Theirs is still is back up into triple digits.
Okay.
Nice,
After
nice.
that healing, yes.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, because I'm 40 something. Fuck yes.
I'll pull out my golden fiddle and play some exciting music for Rhiannon.
Yeah. Da 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 da
So-
da 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 da.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely the song Flight of the Bumblebee or whatever that one's called.
She's got it this time.
Da 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 da.
Well, we don't have to reckless because I did reckless.
No.
Yeah,
She doesn't get
it's not
Divine
bad.
Fury this time. Okay, so that's...
It's full.
It's just 9.
Whatever.
And that is enough to drop Bree out of triple digits again.
Still healthier than she is. For now. She's got a great weapon master.
Yep, she's great weapon mastering.
She's 22. Yeah, that'll still fucking hit. 14 plus 17. Hang on, plus 10, great weapon master. 29. Oof.
Come on, Ray.
Yep.
Come on.
That hurt a little bit. I'm starting to look pretty blooded. Yeah, that's gonna come to bite me.
So, fellow DMs, remind me how long a rage lasts.
Depends.
Minute, right?
It's a minute for regular rage, but unless you have relentless rage.
Which, yeah.
It just keeps
It
going.
only ends early if you're knocked unconscious or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature or taken damage since your last turn.
Mm-hmm.
Until you get relentless rage. And
But then
you don't have to attack
fine.
or be attacked in order to obtain it.
Yeah.
And if you happen to be a high-level zealot,
Reckless red weapon master.
so 21 will
21.
just barely hit.
Ooh.
Brave strength. Weapon.
That's the
Ooh.
31. How many she got left?
Ooh.
So, Rhiannon, how do you do this as you reduce her to 0 hit points?
I'm just gonna, the last strike, I'm just gonna hit her with the haft of the halberd and just like absolutely just beat her down into the ground and then just stand there just like breathing heavy, like I'm angry.
Okay. So, as you do that, you bring around the flat of the axe blade on your halberd, and you almost bitch slap her across the face with it, and it throws her to the ground, having the like knocking the glaive out of her hand.
Oh.
But she doesn't lose confidence.
Yeah.
Put my foot on that glaive.
That's fine. So she gets back up, using half of her movement to do so.
What's the Zoe?
Mm-hmm.
So she's swaying on her feet. She is very badly wounded. But she's not unconscious, and she's definitely not dead. And you can see
kill her.
And you can see like the fire of conviction in her eyes as she reaches over her shoulder and pulls the shield off her back.
Oh, fuck off with this armor bullshit.
And she lets it go in front of herself,
Oh.
where it starts floating. And she unslings both axes. She's like, "Court has taught you well, child."
Clearly not fucking well enough.
And you do realize you could have been rolling all of those attacks with a plus 15.
Mm.
No, it's not.
And also you. So she's going to come in at you with that. So she's now 2 for her. And she's going to... Did you reckless last time?
Yeah.
So she doesn't get great weapon.
Great weapons.
She is still going to attack you with her hand axe.
Yeah, that'll hit. Yeah, just let me check. Yeah, that hits.
Actually, that second one should...
So it's just... So 60. 6 plus 4 is 10. Plus 6, 16. Plus 9. It's 25. I can math. Very hurt.
Like what? Like how?
Like, I'm not down yet. It's not far. She just attacked me twice, though, so...
How far is not far?
Like, on a scale of 1 to 162, I'm at about a 34.
Hmm.
Oof.
I will attack her, great weapon master, reckless. Not trying to kill her, I just want her to go down and yield. Give me victory, bish!
Intimidate the fuck out of her.
Mm-hmm. It's so much easier.
28 will hit.
Which is 23, so yeah, it does hit.
Only just. As you notice that the shield is moving on its own, floating through the air, trying to deflect your attacks. So instead of a +9, it'll be a +10 now. +10. +4.
Knew there was something. No, the 1d4 is the rage. Plus,
No. Rage is just a flat damage bonus. 1d4 is for
it's 3. So, that's the
27.
27. Does she have to make a roll or something to see if she goes down? Fuck!
I'm trying to remember
Allow me
how
to
that
read out
goes.
the relevant class feature.
Yep.
Beginning at 14th level, the divine power that fuels your rage allows you to shrug off fatal blows. While you're raging, having 0 hit points doesn't knock you unconscious. You still must make death saving throws, and you suffer the normal effects of taking damage while at 0 hit points. However, if you had died, you failing death saving throws, don't die until your rage ends. And you die then only if you still have 0 hit points.
So she should take 2
Oh yeah,
death
she's
saves for that.
like, that was enough. That last attack put her down as she slumps into barely conscious. There's blood dribbling out of her mouth, like because you're right-handed, her left eye is swollen. There's open wounds, dripping blood down her face, and she's still pushing herself back to her feet. Roll a perception check.
Is this going to be the mattress side episode?
As
We did
she,
just
I
have
hope not.
Patrick.
She seems cool.
As she kind of sort of pushes herself back up, semi-upright, and she looks up at you, you can see the pain inside her eyes. And you realize, even through the red of your own rage, you can see that that part of her was allowing this to happen as
Just want you to fucking give it to me.
Oh no, she wasn't giving you the win. She allowed you the challenge.
Going lost. I'm going to give her a potion.
Alright.
To help her back to her feet. Because I've gotten my bit out. What? I'm rage giving her a potion.
Take
Rage
this.
healing!
You fucking take this.
So she regains 12 hit time. And some of the minor wounds, like the more critical wounds, sorry, close enough where they're minor. And as she stands up, she you see the rage sort of dim in her eyes as she comes down from the adrenaline and the fury. And she slings both axes and snaps her fingers, and the shield flies up over her head and locks back onto her back.
Is that Goliath enough for you?
She just sort of nods at you. And she's kind of slurring because of the damage to her jaw and and lips and everything from the relentless assault. But she turns and nods at Swiftfinder, who sort of nods in return, then turns to the rest of the herd. Let it be witnessed that Ralanath Kolakathu has returned and is part of the herd. And then she passes.
And then Reed just collapses and sits on the ground. She fucking hurt.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Level 20 Zealot Barbs dish out a lot of punishment.
Yeah. This
Those
is gonna
two
go
crits
up.
in a row saved my ass.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Boy, did those save your ass. Those crits in particular, she was still in
150 something.
yeah, at
Yeah.
least. And then those 2 crits just dropped her into double digits in 2 hits.
That saved my ass.
Barb's crit things die.
I thought I was going to lose that.
This is casting a level 5 life transference for Ree.
Oh, God.
So you get...
And then Nessa goes unconscious.
No, it's fine. That's fine. So you get 58 hit points. She just took 29. That's fine. She's not that bad.
So, as several
She's
of
my
the warriors,
sister. My strength is her strength.
Several of the warrior women come forward and Swiftfinder comes in and I got a spell sheet because he has 12, and he sort of touches Voria and dumps a heal into her. We'll say he does that twice. He's got 2 pots. And a lot of her wounds close up with the with that particular effect, bringing her reasonably back to a certain amount of health. And she kind of sort of her eyes flicker back open. And she sort of sits up. Acceptance enough for you? She kind of sort of left eye is still swollen and just squinting it. And she kind of sort of puts a hand to her head with because by God.
Oh. I've taken down dragons, so.
It's true.
It's very impressive.
What have we done so far? We did a blue dragon, and then there was a couple of white ones.
The original white one.
Yeah.
You killed the prime white dragon.
Yeah.
The whitest of all white dragons.
That was such a bitch.
His name was Karen.
Yeah. He had chunky blonde streaks in his hair.
So,
I'm telling you, Rolls is just fucking broken.
yeah, something seriously up with this. But fuck. So, as she's kind of sort of collecting herself, Swiftfinder is just basically dumping heal after heal into her, bringing her back up to her full health. All of her injuries close and form new scars. Says, well, the only thing I can offer, apart from giving you the chance to recover from me abandoning you, I can see that You are obviously walking a path called favored. She kind of sort of glances meaningfully at the knuckles.
Are they still growing?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
it's like glowing runic script all the way along the edge of the band, like the edges of the band brace. And remember now that while raging and the gauntlets are exalted, you are now resistant to certain elemental damages.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
She, as she stands up and picks up the glaive out of the snow, she sort of looks at you with respect and says, I was never able to properly give you any real gifts as a child. Never got your coming of age present. And she holds out the glaive. And even Swiftfinder is like taken aback by this, just like,
Ooh.
sure.
Harsh.
I feel it, Lyra. Feel it.
Calling it like I see it.
Yeah.
That's a spotter.
I mean, she'll just reach out and sort of hold the glaive, but she doesn't necessarily take it immediately. She's just kind of like, well, are you sure? Wouldn't it be better protection for her?
I still have my own strength. And with her other hand, she sort of reaches down and pats the axes that are resting in, hooked on her belt. It's like, a weapon is just a tool. It's the strength, it's just the strength of the arm behind it that matters. And in your case, the strength is blessed by Cord indeed. I think he wants you to do this one.
She nodded the glaive.
You can add the glaive of Cord.
Nice.
Bravery above all. Woo!
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. What is this doing?
I'll add it to your sheet later. But for the rest of you, Freddie and Darwin, you are already familiar with this because I was bouncing it off you guys while we
See it.
while I was developing it. The weapon itself has an odd construction to it, as normally polearm weapons usually have a wooden half, whereas this has a solid steel half. With sort of notched fluting down it, which gives it a very comfortable grip. Like, even despite its size and weight, as soon as you hold onto it, Rhiannon, you just feel this almost cleave hand.
It's a lightning rod.
Damn.
Oh, it's not the lightning rod.
Damn.
Did you get the silence glaive from Sailor Moon? That'd be fucking badass.
Not quite. It does allow her to cast call lightning, Dave.
Nice.
Woo!
So I have resistance to damages now. Some damages. I'm gonna need to find out what.
Sweet.
But with that, we might call it there because it's super early for you guys and it's getting late for Miez and Bonnie.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have to go.
And I'll end it off with, as you guys are invited to stay the night as you are now a member of the herd again.
Hey.
And in conversation with your mother over the course of the evening, in point of fact, Swiftfinder comes and speaks to you at one stage and asks if you are truly walking a path following the teachings of Cord.
I tried to.
And accepting that, he takes your hands and asks if you will continue to follow the path of Cord, and using your strength and the strength that supports you to defend those who cannot defend themselves, and continue to follow the ways.
I will always protect those wicked people. And I will always protect family.
And with that, your oath is sworn. You may now take your level in Paladin.
Woo!
Nice.
Sweet.
Paladins are where it's at.
Yeah,
Paladin.
Paladins are fucking hilarious.
Rage Pally, Rage Pally.
Yeah, because I could still smite.
Yep.
I just can't do the
Smite.
other smite. Yep.
Smite.
Yes.
Yep. I just can't do the other ones, but I can divine smite.
Smite, smite, smite.
You are welcome.
Okay.
Yay.
Somehow. Can we get through the teleportation circle?
Yeah, we've got brands.
Done to it, we're not gonna get shit.
Wait, what about
It's-
it?
We all have brands.
I put a lot of glyphs of warding on the teleportation circle,
And glyphs
But-
of explodingness.
Smart.
but they're all. If you've got a Slayer's Take brand, you can get through safely.
He put a bomb. He
Perfect.
put many bombs right next to that.
See, he's smart, but also dumb. But sometimes smart.
But mostly dumb.
I would hope not mostly dumb. I have standards.
He ran into
I have
an
standards and
activated
students.
magic circle.
I know.
He left my father's dismembered head outside my room as a gift.
Just shaking really weakly because she's weakling, but
As you're telling that particular story around the bonfire amongst the herd, a whole bunch of the warriors start pissing themselves laughing because they think that's the most metal thing ever.
you godfathered somebody said.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Actually, point of interest, excuse me.
Like, she can't even shake
So-
him. She's too weak. But it's just like, why would you do that?
I meant well.
Freddie. Actually, you know what? Freddie, Darvin, and Nail Sue. All of you roll charisma saving throws for me, please. As you've got several of the warrior women are very interested in the three of you.
Excuse me.
How is that a saving throw? That's
Death by snoo.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
well,
No.
Freddy's got this.
Okay. Freddie, you're okay because you sort of back up and like, no, I'm spoken for, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Darvin, you are grabbed by the front of your plate and dragged off to a tent.
I mean, I
They'll be
feel
in
like
their
he
bunk.
would go willingly.
Yeah.
He didn't need that. Like, do you know how to tie? Do you know how to tie knots? Giving him
And
a
then he just
card.
leaves the
as a
business
ring-
card
as a
on their
ring
bedroll in the morning, you know. If you ever need a job, that sort of thing.
Or a
Pass
hobby.
your audition.
I expect it's like that episode of Firefly where like Wash is getting pulled off. It's like work, work, work.
There's no break, even in the frigid wastes.
He's gotta keep warm somehow.
There's not a lot of frigidity going on here.
He's making some friction of his own.
Now,
Have you seen my hat? Just he gets to show off the tiny hat.
Darvin, odds or evens?
Oh shit.
Evens.
Oh god.
Pregnant. Darwin's pregnant with twins.
That's how it works, sorry.
Your hat, Darvin, is ruined.
Oh
first.
no! Wrecked that hat.
How's the Ioun stone?
Oh, no. Don't break my own stone. Please don't rage fuck my own stone to breakage.
So, Darvin, make a Constitution saving throw.
Is this how
It's good.
well he
It's
laughs?
good.
Oh yeah. Because bearing in mind, these are warrior women. They've got some. They're hardy.
Damn it.
They've got stamina.
And so does Darvin,
I'd say
apparently.
with 26, the kids are well entertained into the night.
Oh yeah.
Nobody ever tell Nessa ever.
Any offspring of the union will be born with a permanent +2.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh.
So broken.
There we go.
You're broken.
So, Rhiannon now has
So
the
good,
blazing cord.
And Paladin?
We may have to Oh, actually, hang on a sec.
Let me try the
I have a-
character. So,
I have a suspicion as to what the problem. Mouse for a sec. Can you see PHP?
What?
On the right hand side, can you see PHP?
oh, it's still this on.
I think I know what's happened. So, this particular server is built on Kajil's membership, isn't it? I wonder
Yes.
if his membership has dropped down because I can't see PHP in it. When I was doing character builds earlier, it wasn't giving me the PHP options. So it's disconnected the player's handbook content, which I reckon is probably
Broken some of the
damaged
shit.
some of the characters.
Ah, okay.
So I'm gonna do some backing up of characters and NPCs and stuff
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of stuff I've created for this that I don't want to lose.
Yeah, it's a very good idea. I'm gonna.
I feel
actually
that. I feel that hard.
Change my name so I mention. So I know the difference in my vault, and I'm gonna save that.
Okay, can I have the keyboard for a sec?
Roll 20.
I need to go to bed, guys. So.
Good night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good game.
Right.
Not
Night.